Hello, I'm Nicole Smith.
Call Nicolas Hernandez. Chevrolet Equinox pick up a little bit. Make sure that the first time American economy gaining steam unemployment numbers are 16, and then it leveled the country's labor market is bouncing back, adding another 431,000 jobs. Latest jobs report. From the Labor Department, 1.6 million jobs sort of work was in February 2020 before the fame. Also, I want the news in case report with a report the cost of gas at the grocery store, trying to close that gap between the jobs report on paper and the way it is being felt in the book. Pull up. The president has been clear that he grew up in a family where the cost of gas went up with the cost of Prosecco. And I'm doing what you can, but just this once. What time is it in today's still struggling president? Stalled a capital waits and hospitality manufacturing working in warehouses, and so on. They see the largest weight gain since the pandemic began. Its focus to our long overdue for a race to those two texts that you provided, the tax cuts he provided for families with young children. All of that was targeted at folks middle income and low income. So if you folks in the middle class families, United States, I have more income than they did going into a pandemic, and we're glad to see that said the president or Congress to act on a number of areas where costs are sweet and families' prescription drugs. The United States is one of the few countries where we don't negotiate the cost of risk. That's raising cost for families across vehicle inspection. Childcare is a huge cost for many families, the cost of college, the cost of housing. Those are all issues that the president is trying to tackle. Any stretching Congress. In a minute we have left, I want to ask you about what has many faults of Wall Street, concerned that some analysts say that there are flashing signs of a recession, and pointing to the yield curve inversion. We don't have to go into that, where you said you share those concerns over potential recession on the horizon. Pull up. The data shows that the economy right now is extraordinarily strong. 3.6% unemployment for coming out the year with the highest economic growth of you had in 40 years, and the signs for the first quarter of this year are also very, very strong. And of course we're looking at every data point very, very carefully and making sure that there are no I wanted signs that we're getting out of head, that any problems. And of course the war in Ukraine is creating additional headwinds for the economy across the globe, and we're carefully monitoring that. But the bottom line is that the economy is very, very strong position, and it's a credit to the president's bottom-up middle and economic recovery plan for us. Murty is Deputy Director of the White House National Economic Council. We appreciate your time this evening. Thank you. So thank you for that report. And Jeff, and you are about to launch PBS News Weekend from here in Washington is this weekend. That's what the whole team hard of work. A little bit of a teacher interviews and facts for me to hear from Sheryl Lee Ralph, the star of David Elementary, on Saturday, and then on Sunday I will hear from Daryl Hall about his new solo album. Very cool. We are so excited. The New Year's on the weekend, Jeff, and I will look forward to it. Thank you. As we've reported, the city of Shanghai is under lockdown today as COVID cases continue to surge in China's financial capital. As William Brangham reported, is the most severe measure by the Chinese government to isolate and tract infection since it shut down the city of Wuhan after the virus broke out in 2020. One of the busiest cities in the world has gone quiet. Residents are required to submit to multiple COVID tests, and workers in hazmat suits man various checkpoints. Almost no one is allowed to leave its own after work at the medical care. Nothing by 2 drones outfitted with speakers delivering airborne warning for those below. Wear masks and maintain social distancing. The lockdowns want to go on too long, then I can head over as soon as possible. I'm a dead man walking here. That's up all my fears. I need water. It's not Emma. Ring is my hands over. Please forgive me. And go back to her funny and good boss in the water. Jay-Z, how's my ass turned that on my 100 grand water.